Welcome everybody to the Primetime show. That's what we're calling it, right?
Yeah, I
I'm
like
Caleb.
Primetime Pod better, but
Primetime pod, primetime show. We're gonna figure it out post production. But
Yeah.
I'm Caleb. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Blake.
I'm Connie Karsten.
So this is the Primetime pod. We just talk sports. Plan on doing this right now. I mean, this is the first time doing it. We're thinking
Once a
at
week.
least once or twice a week.
Probably
Yeah.
once a week.
At least
Probably
once a week.
every
Twice.
Wednesday. Try
Thinking-
to do Wednesdays.
Yeah.
We'd
Yeah,
like to post.
Wednesdays.
We'd like to post one Sunday morning right before football, just for people to have a podcast to listen to before football. Because I know people get up in the morning and they want to, they just got to wait. So do that. Maybe
And
after Monday night.
Mainly we will be talking. Yeah, mainly we will be talking football and basically football only.
Yeah.
If you're
And
expecting me to
some
talk
NBA.
about baseball, you can get the fuck out of here.
oh yeah, and just
Let's be
just
honest.
a little.
If you're
pre-
thinking WNBA, no.
Just
All
a
right.
little, just a little pre-reference. We are all Packer fans, by the way, so we might have a Packer bias. I will try my
Yeah.
best to stay unbiased.
I like how we're just slicing the audience into like a sixth now. Everyone who clicked on that
Yeah.
was a fan of the other sports. Like, nope, fuck these guys. So, but yeah.
WNBA, no. Baseball, no.
Then again, who watches the WNBA? Am I right? All right.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So, yeah. So, today we're recording this Saturday night. Well, for me, it's Sunday morning. It's about to be them Sunday morning for
Well,
them.
It's Sunday morning.
We didn't have a
It's midnight.
we didn't have a Thursday night game this week, but we had a Monday and a Tuesday.
That was crazy.
That was pretty nuts. So, you want to remind me what the games were?
The Tuesday night game was the Bills and the Titans.
Titans.
Bills and Titans.
Monday
Ooh,
night.
that's a great game to talk about. We'll get into that in a minute.
Monday night game.
But yeah,
Was-
Monday night was
Just pull up our notes real quick.
what were they? Fuck. Chargers and Saints, and then no, that was the only Monday night game.
Blake, you want to send me your updated notes real quick?
Was Chargers and Saints.
We got some notes
Yeah.
for this podcast. We're gonna hit on some stuff that we planned out.
Yeah.
First thing, let's just get it started.
Well, okay,
Le'Veon Bell to the Chiefs. Who is stopping that offense? Who's got a better offense? Who's stopping? What team is stopping that offense?
If Dak was healthy, the Cowboys have a better offense. They have better weapons. The only downgrade is their quarterback and their offensive line.
Do you think the Cowboys have a?
No one.
True. This season, their offensive line hasn't been that great.
I
No,
think
but
the
no, I guess and tight end, quarterback, and offensive line. You aren't telling me Le'Veon Bell and Edwards-Helaire is better than Ezekiel Elliott.
I mean,
And,
Clyde has been doing very good for the Chiefs. He has been holding his own.
but I'm
But-
saying if you take that, who would you rather have,
Right.
Clyde or Zeke?
Clyde's not as good
That's
as Zeke.
true.
Clyde was a top 10 prospect for fantasy at least heading into the season. Now he's probably top 20.
Well,
But
the thing with the
Uh,
Dallas Cowboys,
No, after the first week, Clyde hasn't scored a touchdown.
right. Yeah. That's something that shows too. So you guys know, we're gonna talk about fantasy.
The thing
and
is, the
everything,
thing with
so.
Zeke this week, Zeke this year is the only reason he's not doing as good is because he has Mike McCarthy as his
Right.
coach.
He's got the
He has
Mike
a
McCarthy.
quarterback coach.
Yeah, he's got the passing offensive coach. So. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't tell me.
But
You also take the wide receivers. You take their top 3 wide receivers and put them with the Chiefs versus the Cowboys. Who are you rather taking?
for sure the Cowboys.
You taking Sammy Watkins, Hills, and Hardman over Amari Cooper?
Although speed does
Galloway.
kill. Speed does kill.
yes,
So
it
that's-
does.
I guess they
I'm
have two of
taking
the
the
fastest.
Chiefs wide receivers.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't. I don't think they have. I don't know.
Let's just look at the top 3. So on the Chiefs, you got Tyreek Hill,
Hill.
you got Sammy Watkins, and you got
And
Mecole
Mecole
Hardman.
Yeah.
Okay? And like the Cowboys, you got Amari Cooper, you got Michael Gallup, and you got CD Lamb. Amari Cooper. So let's go 1 versus 1. So Amari Cooper versus Tyreek Hill. I'm taking Tyreek Hill
I'm
Tyreek
taking
Hill.
every
Tyreek
day.
Hill.
Amari Cooper is a
Yes.
great wide receiver. He's top 10 for sure, at least top 10.
But he's not better than
Tyreek Hill is just the fastest player in the league. Like, there's no beating that.
Yeah.
He'll burn your man every time. So, I take Tyreek Hill. Who's number 2? Would you say Michael Gallup? Probably CeeDee Lamb right now, right?
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb.
Michael Gallup's really
Lamb
good, but CeeDee Lamb has been balling. So
I would say he's been balling, but the way that Mike McCarthy basically plays CeeDee Lamb like he's playing fucking Madden. He just does over the top route. I'm not over the top, in the middle routes whenever he plays his zone offense. I mean defense, and he just throws it to CeeDee Lamb, and it kind of pads the stats. Okay. But yes, he's still the second option.
But the reason why the Cowboys' offense is doing statistically so well is for the fact that every game that they had has been a shootout. That's why.
Well, yeah, because their defense is the worst in the league.
Yeah, well, Atlanta's is the worst.
No, the Giants.
I'd put
the Giants.
No, you're not. If you look at the points allowed, the Cowboys have allowed 180 points this season.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
What
are the teams that they played though?
Atlanta. They played the Browns, the Seahawks, the Giants. They allowed the Giants with Danny Jones to put 34 on their head.
Okay, yeah, that's not very great. But you're talking about the Browns and the Seahawks, two very good offenses.
But then you also have the Falcons and the Rams.
Falcons have a good offense.
Team.
The Rams have a good offense.
Yes.
Yeah. Every team besides
they're a very
the Giants.
Defensive team, though. Yeah, but they're a very defensive team. You can't tell me that the reason that the Rams are winning games is because of their offense. It's because of their defense.
But Jared Goff has been balling this season. He's been doing really good.
When you have Aaron Donald throwing Ezekiel Elliott with one arm at Dak Prescott, I don't know. He's very good. It's a very good defensive team. But when you allow the Cleveland Browns to score 24 and a quarter.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I agree. But
with a pistol sport, like their run defense obviously is just terrible. If they allowed 3 runners to get over 70 yards.
Which is weird because
they
just picked up
their top running back.
They just picked up Everson Griffin, right? Cowboys did?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Mind you, the Cowboys tried mounting a comeback. Dak Prescott has been balling before he got hurt. He was on track to throw 6,672 yards this season.
Yes.
Because he's thrown 2 400-plus yard games and 1 500-plus yard game. The man in 3 games has as many yards as Rodgers does this season.
Yes, it's very unfortunate what happened to him. Prayers up to his family,
mind you,
and him.
Yeah. Mind you, did I laugh when I saw it because I don't like the Cowboys? Possibly. Prayers up to Dak, but hopefully he recovers. But the Cowboys just need to learn their shit and need to fucking just run the ball.
They just
when you're having
what
Dak
they need to do is fix their defense.
Yards. No, but when
you
you're
can't
having
blame
Dak
their
for 58 times. No, I think the Cowboys are have a very good record. I don't know exactly off the top of my head, but they have a very good record when Zeke only runs the ball 20 times, 20 plus times.
You can't run the ball when you're playing from behind.
Yes,
right.
I get that, but I'm saying when you have going into the season a top 5 running back, you need to use that. You don't. But you don't say Dak's a top 5 quarterback, do you? You shouldn't rely on him.
He could have contended for
run your offense.
He could contend
for
it. Top 10 for sure.
Top 10, yes. And maybe not even for sure. I wouldn't. Well, let's look.
I think he's top 10 for sure.
What quarterbacks would be above him? You have Rodgers.
Wilson.
Wilson.
Mahomes. Lamar. Actually, I don't know. Would you put Lamar above Dak this season? Dak has been outperforming him.
No, I'm saying going into the season. Going
into the season. Okay.
Allen, maybe.
Okay.
Allen. Ooh, would you put Allen above Dak just off of last season?
Based
if you're going off of last season, yes. Going off of last season, Josh Allen made the playoffs.
He did make the playoffs. True, Dak did go 8.
Dak didn't have a winning record.
Was it their defense last year as well that was struggling? I can't really remember about the Cowboys last season.
I don't know. I can look. The Cowboys last season. No, they had a better defense than everyone else in their division. They had just slightly a worse. They allowed almost just as many points as the 49ers.
Okay. So fair.
So their defense was good last season. It wasn't great, but it was good.
Look up Josh Allen's stats from last year. I'll look up Dak's stats from last year.
It's funny because the first thing when I look up Josh Allen is Josh Allen or Dak Prescott. Okay, Josh Allen. Maybe not for Josh Allen, but Josh Allen, I just think because he made the playoffs and beat Lamar and Brady.
The thing with Josh Allen, though, is that every year he has developed, and he just keeps on developing every year, and each year he gets better and better. And
okay, Caleb, what is Dak's what did Dak throw?
I don't know. I'm only seeing stats from this year.
I don't know.
Oh, here we go. I got him.
Oh, okay. How many yards
Year
did Dak have?
2019. Okay, attempts almost 600. Completions.
Well, no, okay. I just want yards. Completion.
Yards
Okay,
almost 5,000. 4,900 yards.
Okay, so Josh Allen only threw 3,000. But did Josh start the entire season?
I think so.
Pretty sure.
Because who else would have started? Did he get hurt?
I don't know. I think he got. I don't remember. Because only throwing 20 touchdowns and 9 picks. I don't know. I guess Okay, you wouldn't put Josh above Dak going into the season.
I'll just read off some of the rest of the stats. 65% completion rating, 8.2 yards average, long 62, 30 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. That's decent for.
Yeah.
It's pretty good actually.
Okay, well, the top 10 quarterbacks. Let's do that real quick. So you have Rodgers, Mahomes.
Going into the season.
Yeah, at the end of last season, Rodgers, Mahomes, Lamar,
Russ,
Wilson. Who's 5?
Who also go in that category
Breeze.
last season?
Breeze
last season.
Going into last season.
Brady wasn't really balling. I wouldn't put Brady in there.
I would put Tannehill. Oh,
Tannehill. Watson, yeah. How many is that? 8?
Tannehill
7?
7. Tannehill 7. Let me go back to the AFC. NFC. Would you put Matt Ryan above them?
Well, I don't know what he did last year, I'm going to be honest. The Falcons sucked last year, so.
No, they didn't really suck. They did one game worse than the Cowboys.
Well. They lost out the second half of the season.
Would you put Kirk Cousins going in?
Ooh, Kirk Cousins was on there.
Kirk Cousins above him.
Kirk Cousins. Ooh, I don't know.
So you're putting Kirk Cousins above? Also, are you putting Jimmy Garoppolo above?
No.
Is the thing.
Jimmy Garoppolo did nothing.
Jimmy Garoppolo?
I mean, he didn't do nothing for that team, but the defense in their run game was the 49ers.
Oh, but do you put Carson Wentz before he was injured? I would, going into that, because he did do better than them. He did beat them in the end of the season when it mattered.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Dak barely reaches the top 10.
5,000 yards
going into the season.
30 touchdowns is pretty solid for me.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
I think Dak would be 8 to 10 on a top 10 list.
He's top
of
10,
last year, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's top 10. This year, obviously, not anymore, but he would have been.
He would have been 5.
Top 5, for sure.
Yeah.
So
I would put Lamar in my top 5.
That's probably why people are comparing him and Allen, because they're both top 10 last year and then going up to top 5 this year. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Think that...
No. I want to get back to this point that we were talking about before. So, we were talking about would you rather have Zeke on your, or who are you taking running back wise, Zeke or Bell and Hilaire?
Edwards-Hilaire. Yeah.
I'd much rather have a dual threat running game in this season.
Yeah, me too.
don't think anyone said Allaire, did they? Or do you guys say him?
I'd rather
I'm
have
taking
the
dual
Chiefs.
threat
Yeah, I'm taking the dual
Yeah, the
threat over
Chiefs.
Zeke.
because Le'Veon's a great running back. Just
Oh yeah,
great
no, I'm
patience.
saying I thought we were just I forgot that we were going back. Yeah, no, I'd take the Chiefs offense right now because Dak's out. Dak in the game, I'd take the Cowboys offense.
I think even with Dak, I would still take the Chiefs offense.
Obviously, I'm not
You
saying the
have-
Cowboys are a better team because their
you have-
defense
Right,
takes
right.
them
We're
out
just focusing on
dramatically.
offense. Yeah, we get that.
But in offense, though, I think you have the best quarterback in Patrick Mahomes
Right.
going to some of the best receivers and arguably the best tight end.
Well, I wouldn't say the best
With the
quarterback
div-
this season, but yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you have a top 5 quarterback, you have a top 10 receiver, you have a top 5
Dual running back.
tight end.
Top 3 tight end. Top 2 tight end.
No, I
go top 2.
yes.
He's top 2.
I don't know. Yeah.
So,
I was thinking.
yeah. You got... Let's just compare the positions. So, quarterback, I'm taking Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Running backs,
Tight
I'm
end.
taking the Chiefs running backs over the Cowboys. Okay.
That's her. Yeah.
Taking the tight end. I
Mhm.
let's say wide receivers are arguable. Okay, let's say they go 50-50. So you're already
But
winning.
O-line, you can't take the Cowboys O-line.
No.
They're so bad this year.
Yeah, they were really good last year. I think they have potential. I don't know why they're not good, but is it Tyron Smith is out, the left tackle or right
Well,
tackle?
and some people opted out, I think.
Some people yeah. So anyway, I take Chiefs O-line, which is already 5 people on the team. That's almost half the team already. I take the quarterback, the running back, and the wide receivers.
If you're taking wide receivers, I take the Cowboys.
Uh,
But that's the only position. Besides, if you're taking only their main running back, if you're taking their running back core,
yeah,
then you take the Chiefs. Because
I agree.
can you name me the Cowboys' secondary running back?
Is it who does Tony Pollard
that-
play for? Does that ring a bell? Tony Pollard.
That's,
I feel like that's
it-
somebody's
it is-
backup
it is
running
the
back.
Cowboys.
Okay, yeah, let's go. I know my stuff. I know my fantasy.
I was about to say that sounds familiar.
Yeah,
And then
no,
coach,
it-
I'd rather take Andy Reid. I don't know who their
I'd take
offensive
Andy Reid.
coordinator is, but
You take
He
this
is-
fat guy versus fat guy.
yeah, challenge. Anyway, so
Yeah,
okay,
no, but talking about running backs, Derrick Henry is an actual truck.
Derrick Henry is actual truck.
Yes.
So this is a question that I thought of
Like,
earlier
that
today.
man, did you see him throw Josh Norman?
Yeah.
That man turned him into Earl Thomas number 2.
Yeah,
The man turned him into a lead blocker again.
yeah. Derrick Henry's nuts. He's also like the
Derrick
guy
Henry
who
is-
I would pick to be just consistent. I wouldn't pick anyone else because he's big. Chances of him
be
breaking a
consistent.
bone are like slim to none. That dude drank a lot of milk as a
Hey.
kid.
But
Knock on some wood.
Yeah,
Don't want to jinx him.
don't want to jinx Derrick Henry. Although,
no, but you also got to think, he's the size of the lineman he's going against sometimes.
yeah.
Like, he's taller. He's just as tall. He's strong, like, just as, if not stronger than them.
Right. And he's fast,
So it's like,
faster than
yeah,
linemen.
and he's faster than all of them.
So this is my question: would you rather have Derrick Henry, who is basically just a strong? Would you rather have a strong running back in Derrick Henry or the fastest running back in Raheem Mostert?
I'm taking Derrick Henry. Like, I feel like when you have a running back like that, you can just ground and pound. You know your game plan. You're just gonna keep on feeding him the ball.
Yeah.
And
You know, see, the only
just
thing
hardcore
else with
great
him-
running.
The only thing else with him is Raheem Mostert. You can get the one big play out of him, but you can't use him at the goal line.
True.
You.
All right. So we just had to take a quick break. Anyway, we're back. Derrick Henry versus Raheem Mostert.
Who would you take? Well, Raheem Mostert, you get the one big play, or you consistently big plays, but he's like speed kills, but it's I don't know. Derrick Henry is fast as fuck for his size, though.
He's decently fast. I wouldn't, He's very
his
fast for his
size, I'm
size.
saying.
Yeah.
I'm
Blake.
still taking Derrick Henry.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna play the opposite side of the ball. I'm gonna say Raheem Mostert because, yeah, he's got the big plays. You can count him on going for those stretch plays and everything. You know, tosses and all that whatnot. But you can also play him. You can also set him as a wide receiver. You can send him out on the hitch
I was
routes.
about to
And
say that's the big difference. You can put
he's a more
Raheem Mostert
versatile
as
running back.
receiver. Yeah.
And
He's more versatile, but you can't use him at. You can only use him. For Derrick Henry, you don't need a second running back. You don't need a pounding running back at the goal line.
right.
All I'm saying is like, in terms of those versatile running backs tend to get hurt.
Yeah, which he
you
was
see it-
hurt.
You see it in Mostert. You see it in Breida, who struggled with a lot of injuries. Both super quick, but they struggle with injuries.
Yeah.
So
Well, I just think the versatility of Raheem Mostert, and also for the fact that if you're on the goal line, the only option isn't for just running up the gut. You know, you can also,
Yeah, you can pitch it out to the side, but
you can
I'm
pitch
saying
it. You can
have
throw the ball. Like there's a lot of you can do trick plays with him.
I'm saying you have that option with Derrick Henry. You can't run up the gut or try to have him ground and pound.
I feel like there's been a lot
I
of
don't-
goal
I
line
don't know.
stops
He did carry-
recently, though. Like I feel like defenses are evolving
him-
to stop the goal line.
Like Raheem Mostert, yeah, he was on a better team last year, and his team did better, and he was the main offensive threat.
Yeah,
Because Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy
can't throw the
Garoppolo
ball.
blows.
but you gotta remember,
Their defense was insane.
Yeah.
I don't know, but speaking about their defense being insane, they did blow the fuck out of the Packers in that championship game. Like they held us to very little.
So, speaking of so if we're gonna put a versatile running back versus Derrick Henry, I'd argue one of, if not the most versatile running back as for running and catching, it has to be Alvin Kamara. So, would you take Alvin Kamara or Derrick Henry? We'll just play knockout. We'll just play knockout mode.
ooh,
So
That's
I'll
a
just agree with you
tough
guys.
one.
Let's just say we knocked out Mostert. It was 2v1.
Yeah,
Derrick Henry or
I
Alvin
think-
Kamara?
I know. I'm sticking with my initial answer. I gotta say Derrick Henry.
yeah, I'm taking Derrick Henry.
You're taking Derrick Henry again? So who's better than Derrick Henry then?
Christian McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey, that's it?
Christian McCaffrey. You can argue Kamara.
Okay.
You can argue Kamara. I can see it. I lean toward I'd say Kamara. I don't know actually. Kamara's a very versatile running back, and he's a very good catching and running back. But he's not the best at it. Like Blake said, McCaffrey is. McCaffrey's the only person that can do both of them at an elite level.
Well,
The only reason Kamara had so many receiving yards is for the fact that he's getting 17 dump passes a game.
true.
He's turned into Michael Thomas.
And the Packers let him have like 200 of those that he's already got. So
Yeah. Well,
And
yeah, no, that's
you gotta remember. Oh, continue.
it's very hard to stop a dump pass when it's to a running back.
yeah,
Because if you look at it like that, his running stats would be insane if those were runs. Obviously, not all of his catches are little, 3-yard dump passes from Breeze. A lot of them are. It's like how everyone wanted to claim Michael Thomas was the best wide receiver after last year. I don't see that. I don't
right.
see that. They're very short passes. So yeah, you have a lot of receiving
Most of the time.
or receptions. That, like I said, you have a lot of receptions, but when you finish in the number one in receptions in the league of all time, but you don't end up in the top 10 for receiving yards.
Yeah.
And my next point is I'll take Henry is because he carried them through the playoffs. Let's just be honest.
Right.
First game against
I sent you that thing last night. Mahomes has, over the last 14 games since Tannehill got the starting job, Tannehill has played better than Mahomes.
Yeah.
True.
You can't. So are you saying Mahomes didn't?
For what you guys don't understand, what he's talking about is, what was it, from 2017 through 2020? Was it 2017? Or was it 2018?
No, it was the last 14 weeks.
Oh, I don't know why I was thinking 2017. So the last 14 weeks.
Since Tannehill got the starting job in Tennessee, he has had a higher QBR than Mahomes.
Similar yards. I think a little bit less, but almost
He has 50
similar.
yards less than Mahomes. And
But
I think
2 more touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
So would you rather have Tannehill or Mahomes as
Patrick
your
Mahomes.
quarterback? Because I'm taking Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes is a better leader.
Mahomes is a better leader, but if you look at the last 14 games, which included the playoffs.
Also,
I'm still taking Mahomes.
No, you're still taking Mahomes, but if you look at the stats, Tannehill was balling out in those games. Everyone wants to claim Tannehill just handed it off to Derrick Henry. He didn't pull Garoppolo. He still pulled his load.
Well, okay, if you look at last year's game against the Ravens, he only had 88 yards of passing, and Derrick Henry had 195 to be more precise, 200 rushing yards.
I'm not saying he's done fucking everything, but if you look last year, Rodgers took games where he threw 0 touchdowns.
But Aaron Jones had 4 touchdowns against the Cowboys.
Yeah. The game against Dallas. Aaron Jones had 4 touchdowns.
There are other games where Jones had like 3 touchdowns, and then 2, and then Jamal had touchdowns. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Mind you, I'm not saying that Mahomes is worse than Tannehill, but everyone's saying Tannehill is the most underrated player in the league, and my offensive player, in my eyes.
I'm trying to think who I would. I mean, I can see where you're coming from, but
yeah, that's arguable.
I'm just not going to try to think
most underrated quarterback.
That's arguable.
Yeah.
Because now everybody's starting to give Josh Allen credit. So
they're giving Kyler Murray credit.
Which
not really. How bad Carson Wentz is. Yeah, they are. Beginning of the year.
Beginning of the year is good, but he's slowing down. The Cardinals are a big question in my eyes right now.
Yeah. I can see them sneaking in as what it would be a 7th seed in the playoffs.
Yeah, they definitely have potential.
They have potential.
No, but I'm saying Carson Wentz. I mean, not Carson Wentz. Ryan Tannehill doesn't get the love he deserves, or the appreciation he deserves,
right,
for what he's done over the last few games, or not last games.
Yeah.
And what he does for his team.
So, all right, I agree with that. I agree Tannehill needs more credit, but you guys want to move on to like our picks for this week?
Yeah, let's talk.
Okay.
The games.
So I want to go through. Yeah, let's go through
Let's start with
in
the
order.
games.
Yeah, right. Let's go in order, and then we'll go through what pick we have them at. So I'm just gonna explain this while you pull up the game schedule. So it's us 3 are in a pigskin pick'em, and we do. I don't remember what it's called, but basically you can pick the games and you put them. So like the one that you're most confident about, you put at 16 points.
You put it at 16.
15. However many games there are. The least confident, you put it at 1 point, and then if you get it right, you get that many points, etc. So right now, we're 5 weeks into the season, and I think I'm on top right now.
Yeah, you are.
Blake's second.
By 8 points.
Conrad is getting dumped down. Like Conrad's not doing so hot.
How do I pull this up on my computer now?
So yeah, I'll run through the numbers
Caleb's
real quick.
ahead of 9 points right now. He's ahead 9 points.
So
yeah, I'm getting dumped on because I don't know. It's because I put the very confident games very high.
Right.
It always seems to fuck me over.
So.
Ooh, I haven't made any of my picks. Ooh.
My total points, or the total points this season go, for me, I have 466. Blake has 457. Conrad has 429. My percentage is 87.8. Blake's is 79.6. And then Conrad's is 59.3. So almost 90 for me, almost 80 for Blake, almost 60 for Conrad. I'd like to see, like, I wish it showed, like, how many I picked right and how many I picked wrong.
Yeah, but, okay, let's go over these games with each other.
But I guess the percentage kind of shows that.
Let me put these in order real quick.
You can just go by noon and then 4 and then Sunday night.
No, I'm saying I'm going off the pigskin real quick.
Oh, you haven't done it yet?
No, I completely forgot about it this week.
Okay. Let's touch on something else, Blake. Let's see. What are our notes? Me and Blake will just quick talk about something. We got a big matchup this week, Rodgers versus Brady. We can just talk about that real quick. Who's winning that game? I mean, that'll touch on our pick'ems a little bit.
I'm taking the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
I think their offense is very explosive right now. There's a lot of questions going on in Tampa.
I'll be back.
Okay.
The video of Tom Brady yelling at his lineman, confused on a 4th down.
Yeah.
I just think the Packers can get it done.
Yep.
It's going to be very interesting to see, though, now. Aaron Rodgers gets to face a tough defense for the first week. That's going to be good to see. Really been playing against pancake defense. No,
the Saints don't have a bad defense.
Yeah, they don't, but that was a shootout, and if you're going in a shootout against the Packers,
you need a Kamara. You need more than a Kamara.
Yeah, if they had Michael Thomas, it would have been a different story,
but the I'd say the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have had, as for an elite running back core, which they have, I'd say they've underperformed the most in that area. Like, their running backs haven't been doing super crazy this year.
The fact is that I feel like once Leonard Fournette gets healthy, I feel like they're going to be fine. And
it's fair. Is he? I think he's healthy this week, right?
Yeah, I think
he's going to play on minimal snaps.
And we have the 2 wide receivers in Chris Godwin and Mike Evans are back. So,
yes, and hopefully Mike Evans is healthy.
Well, what's worrisome for us is Kevin King is questionable with a hamstring injury.
That is,
and it's going to be a game time decision.
I don't think Chris Godwin is going to be playing a lot. I think he'll also be on
limited snaps. Yeah, probably. So, yeah, but
any score predictions for that game?
I'm thinking higher scoring. I like the Packers' offense.
But I like both teams' defenses. I think Tampa's got a good defense. We have Kenny Clark back.
I think it'll be.
So
I still feel it'll be a shootout.
Could be a shootout.
I think it's going in the 30s.
I'm thinking 30s, maybe low 30s, mid 30s.
Yeah. I'm taking Packers 31, 24.
24.
I'm thinking 35, 38 Packers.
I'll take.
I think it'll be a field goal game.
I'll take in between. I'll go 30. See, 28, 31. See, another field goal. Let's go 34 Packers. I'm going to go like 21 Tampa Bay. I think it's going to be pretty...
No, I could see the Packers blowing out Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I think so.
I got to give Tampa Bay credit. I don't think
No, but if Brady fucks up like he did last week, or if their offense isn't running how it should be, I can see the Packers defense taking complete control of that game.
Right. The Packers have the most elite, depth of cornerbacks, defensive backs in the league. I mean, just for safeties, we have Savage and Amos.
Who's the big player on the fucking the Bucks that just got they just got, and they it was a really big pick up this offseason. Who's your linebacker? Number 50.
Not Levante David, because he's been there, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, it's the one Blake. Oh,
yeah,
what's his name?
You're thinking of Corey Littleton, who went to the Raiders, right?
No,
it's a big linebacker move I can think of.
Bringing this up was for the fact that one of their top defensive players is injured.
Oh. Well, I was just going to say that the Packers have the most in-depth defensive backcourt in the league, because we have, at cornerback, we have Jair, who is the best cornerback in the league right now. Kevin King, who hopefully is playing and is an elite cornerback. If you put him on another team who doesn't have, that star top 10 cornerback, he makes a case for being the cornerback number 1. You got Chandon Sullivan, who is a great defensive back, had the big pick 6 against the Lions, right? You got Will Redmond, who holds his own very much so, and we have a young guy in Josh Jackson. So
Vita Vea.
he's not a linebacker. He's a D tackle.
No, I saw number 50, and I just instantly thought linebacker.
Also, I don't think they just picked him up. I think he's been there, right?
Yeah, he's been there.
I thought he just got picked up.
No, he just got injured though. Yeah, last week. That dude's a beast. He's a big boy.
Yeah. So with him being gone and the Packers having the best O line in the league, I don't see them getting to Rodgers.
Yeah.
We've let up less.
They still
sacks
have
than we put
Ndamukong
in.
Suh, don't they?
He's not as good as he used to be.
He's older too. Yeah. He's not.
But yeah,
He's still good though. Like he's
still
a
good,
force.
But
And they got a decent linebacker core too.
But we also
So
have the best center in the league right now.
we have the best O line.
Yeah.
We've only let up 3 sacks.
3 sacks. Yeah. Rodgers
But,
doesn't get
okay.
pressured that much.
Mm-hmm. Let's get, and even if he does, he handles it very well and he picks up on it.
Right. So do you have your
Okay.
pick'ems done?
Yeah, I did him.
Okay. Let me pull mine up
So
again on
let's
my
start with-
phone.
What team are you most confident with winning this week?
Well, I think we should go by, just the schedule. Like I think we should go noon games to Monday night.
Oh, okay.
Let's just go through them in order and put them at
So
which
we're
pick
going
we have them. Yeah, we are. But we're not. I don't want to go like
So
1 through
Texans,
15 or
okay,
whatever.
Texans versus Titans.
Texans versus Titans. I have at 9 points.
I have them at 10 points, going to the Titans.
I have Titans as
10,
well.
10 points going to the Titans.
Derrick
Texan-
Henry is going to be very hard to stop against that piss poor
Yes.
defense.
And the Texans have a new head
Ravens.
coach, so
Yeah, Ravens versus Eagles.
Ravens, I have them as my 14.
I have them at my
highest.
11, the highest. Ooh, okay. So I have mine up there
I have
too.
them at my 12.
I think the Eagles are
12,
complete
Ravens.
trash this year. Carson Wentz. I mean, I don't want to
Leads the
be
league in
disrespectful,
picks.
but that dude is not very good this year. Some of it has to do with his O line, which is one of the worst in the league.
And
but
some of it has to do with who
I was about to
he's
say, he's throwing
Right.
to Travis Fulgham, who had, no offense to him, he's been doing great, but he's not like the star receiver that
you want, right?
No, you don't want him being your number 1. Okay.
And
Vikings
the Ravens after the Chiefs beat them are
Vikings.
just on a roll. So, what are you gonna say?
They have one of the best, if not the best defense. The Ravens do, arguably. Okay, Falcons versus the Cowboys.
Vikings.
The Vikings.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I have the Minnesota Vikings.
I have the
only
Vikings
for
as
2
well.
points.
But it is
I have them at
scary.
6 points.
I'm at 5. It's one of the lower ones. I think they're gonna win. But what's scary is that Delvin Cook is out.
That is
Yes.
very scary.
And I did this before he was out, so
Wait, I'm going to actually switch it. I'm going to pick the Falcons because Todd Gurley, after playing against us, looked very good, and they're getting the Falcons got shitted on when they played us.
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley had 0 catches that game.
Well, the thing with the Falcons, and I know the same thing for the Vikings, they have no secondary. Vikings have no secondary either.
I take
But the
If-
fact
if
that
it's going
Atlanta
to be a
has
shootout,
no head coach,
but if it's going to be a shootout, which it probably will, with the bad defenses, I will take the Falcons because they have better weapons.
on
They
offense.
They have
still
three very
taking the
good, they have
Vikings.
3 very good receivers.
I just
Okay.
think the fact that the Vikings put up an actual decent fight, except for the last drive against the Seahawks, I think they have the capability of beating the Falcons, and they should. And as long as Mike Zimmer doesn't coach like he did at the end of that game,
Well, if you look at the
Alexander Madison, when he popped in for Delvin Cook, he did a good job.
he's one of the better second backs in the league.
Yes, he is a great second back.
So
Falcons, but if you look at their schedule, the Falcons shouldn't have lost as many. And with their new
True.
head coach gone, I feel they should do good.
Maybe.
Okay,
I don't know about that.
Steelers.
What is it?
Browns versus the Steelers.
Ooh,
Steelers.
This
I have
is
the
the
Steelers.
This is the second best game this week.
Yeah, that's
I
a
have the
very good game.
Steelers at 5 points.
Okay. Conrad,
I just
you want
think
to go?
Caleb,
You want me to go?
Well,
What did you say yours?
you want to go over? Yeah.
I'll go. Okay. I picked the Browns. I think every single week this year, and they've only disappointed me once because they've had one loss. So I'm picking the Browns. I think whichever team comes out of this makes a very valid case for the top 5 teams in the league, and
They're
I
both
just-
top 10 teams right now.
I just think that Browns offense against the Steelers defense, I mean, that's going to be a matchup. As long as they can not suck, like they just got to play like they did against the Cowboys, honestly, and their defense has got to be a little bit better.
Not rely on Baker.
Yeah.
Not rely on Baker.
Yeah, throw Kareem Hunt in there a lot more. They do a lot better when Kareem Hunt is running the ball a lot. So OBJ can have another big game.
Yeah,
That'd be
okay.
nice. I'd put him at 7. I
Right.
took the Browns.
I have the Browns at 4.
Okay.
I
I have
have
the
the
Browns beating them.
I have the Steelers at 5. I think the Steelers defense is a great defense. I know they have played against teams that are 3-14-1, I believe,
Yep.
with a combined record. But I
Something
still
like
think
that.
their defense is legit. T.J. Watt, Minka Fitzpatrick,
Oh yeah.
and the
No,
crew.
Oh, for sure.
That's the thing. It's going
And
to be a slugfest. It's not going to be a higher scoring game.
and I
No.
don't think that Baker can lead a team by throwing. I think the Browns have to rely on the run game, and I think since Pittsburgh's so great at stopping the run, I don't see them winning. And turns out Baker's dealing with a little rib injury as well.
But who's to say Baker's throwing the ball?
Yeah, I can see where you're coming.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
Who can start?
Jarvis Landry had a touchdown last game.
Yeah, but he was playing against
They've thrown
the
Odell,
Dallas
They had
Cowboys
Od-
secondary. Come on.
but they also throw Odell. with
They have
them on the
Odell.
field as well.
Yep. Sorry, I forgot about that.
But okay.
I can see the Browns winning, but it's going to have to start with Kareem, in my opinion.
Okay, next game. Colts versus the Bengals.
I have them pretty high. I have them at 10. I have Colts winning.
I have them pretty low. I have the Colts winning at 6.
Okay.
I have the Colts winning at 13. Their
Yeah.
defense is... Philip Rivers is getting carried by that defense, and Joe Burrow, I feel, will get sacked 6 times.
The only
Probably.
thing that brings doubt to my mind, I know that Colts have a great defense. It's just that if the Bengals can get Joe Mixon to start working, like he did that one week, they'll be a great team. Alright, they'll be... I feel like they could put up a decent fight against the Colts.
Yeah, and
Excellent.
Colts haven't
Yeah.
played like they're kind of like the Steelers. They haven't played any like top 10. Well, I don't really remember their schedule, but I don't think they played.
They beat
Super
the
great
Bears,
teams.
who can
The
Bears.
Bears.
Top 10.
Yeah. Okay, so they've had one good win, but they're still questionable as if
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
a solid top 10 team.
They lost to the Browns last week. The
And they've
Colts,
lost to the
they beat-
Jaguars.
They lost to
Ooh,
the
yeah.
Jags for week 1. They beat the Vikings by 17. They beat they shit on the Jets, obviously. They beat the Bears by 8, and then they lost to the Browns.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've played 2 decent teams. Otherwise, they've played 3 mediocre teams.
Okay. I think we're
Okay,
good with that.
so-
Next team.
Lions versus the Jags.
Lions versus Jags.
Oh, America's game of the week. Right
I don't know why I put this at 8 points, but I took the Lions. I don't know. I should move that down.
Blake?
I have the Lions winning at 3
I'll
points.
keep it.
I can see Jacksonville winning if Gardner plays well, or if they get James Robinson involved with some nice run game.
Yeah, I have the Jags winning at 7 points.
Ooh. So you
Wow,
guys
confidence.
wait. You took the Lions, right, Blake?
I took the Lions, but I
Okay.
can see the Jags. I can see the Jags winning.
All right, that's fair.
If they-
Okay,
That's fair.
okay. Next game.
Are they playing in Jacksonville?
They are.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
in
they are.
Jacksonville.
All right, that's
Okay,
an
next
interesting
game,
one.
The Bears versus the Panthers.
Ooh.
This is my number 1. Like, this is for 1 point. I have the Panthers winning.
Ooh.
Wow.
The
Wow,
upset.
that's a shout, though. That's a shout. I can actually.
I mean,
have-
it's only for 1 point, but the big upset.
the thing for the
It's
Panthers
not even that
is,
big of an upset.
Well, the
True.
thing for the Panthers now is that Teddy B, they have a quarterback, Teddy B.
They have a good backup running back.
Yeah,
I would argue the second best. No, a top 5 backup running back.
They have a decent quarterback. Their backup's doing well. The receiving core's pretty good. What?
Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore,
Robbie Anderson,
Curtis Samuel.
Yeah, they've been doing well.
Yeah, they've been doing good.
They have a good team.
Obviously, it's not a very confident pick, but
It's a good team. I just took the Bears. I put them at 6. It's hard to bet against the Bears considering what they've done so far. Like, it's hard and it's easy.
Their defense.
Their defense is always, but their quarterback situation is so bad. They don't have a top 20 quarterback.
Okay, Nick Foles, I would think is top 20.
No chance. Top 30 maybe.
Huh?
Maybe top 30.
Top 30 maybe.
You cannot name me 12 quarterbacks.
I can name you
20 quarterbacks that are better than Nick Foles.
Yes, I could.
Yeah, I could. The Bills starting quarterback, the Patriots starting
No,
quarterback.
let's not go through all 20. Let's not go through all 20.
The Raiders, the Chiefs.
No one wants to listen to that.
So you're taking Derek Carr over...
Yes, 100%. Derek Carr's been balling this
He
season.
beat
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes by outthrowing him.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone has their own opinion.
Yeah, that one's kind of a weird one, but I'm taking
I have the
Bears.
Bears for 4 points, so...
Okay.
Bit wrong, Blake? What?
I don't know if I said this, but I have Bears at 6. By the way, this is all out of 14. I think we said that before.
Probably the worst game.
What'd you say?
The what?
Probably the worst game.
Football team versus the
Washington
Giants.
at the Giants.
Okay.
I picked Washington for 1 point.
I picked Washington for 2.
I just think the Giants secondary, the Giants defense is the worst in the league. And depending on how Danny Dime plays,
I'm a bit more confident about my pick.
No Saquon, I have the football team winning. I have the
football team winning at 9 points.
That's confident. That is very confident.
It's pretty confident.
Okay. The Broncos at the Patriots.
Ooh, that's my 13, my second highest. I have the Patriots destroying the Broncos with Cam Newton back. I mean, Broncos, yeah, they got their starting quarterback back, but they're one of the worst teams, and I think Bill Belichick is not going to let this one go by.
Yeah, that Bill Belichick defense and Cam Newton back, I think Broncos take it 9 points. Or not the Broncos, Patriots take it 9 points. This is my
upset of the week. I have them winning at 4 points.
No way.
Well, you got to remember, Conrad's far behind, so he has to pick games that could upset.
Because
True.
if I get
him back into it.
Realize if the Broncos win, I gain 17 points on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way,
well,
this is competition.
You gain 4 points on me.
No.
Yeah, you'll gain 4.
Well, no, I'm saying what could have been 17. There's a 17-point gap either way.
Well, no, because I don't lose 13.
No, because it's out of however much. So out of that, you'll be 13 down of what you could be, and I'll be 4 up.
So what you're saying is there's a 17-point swing. So instead of Caleb going up 17 points, if you drop to 4.
Yeah.
But you don't go backwards in points. You just go up 4.
I get that. I'm just saying out of whatever. The swing of whatever. Yeah.
Whatever.
Blake got what I meant. Okay, the Jets at the Dolphins.
Dolphins. No.
Damn.
Dolphins won this. Fitzmagic, 8 points. Let's go.
Yeah, I put Dolphins at 12 points, which I'm kind of scared about, but then again, it's the Jets,
scary.
so...
Caleb, you told me this. You told this to me. Never bet on some poop teams. I remember you telling me that.
But the Dolphins aren't. They're not they beat the Niners.
Yeah,
bad.
The IR squad.
Niners, who's banged up.
Oh, they have their starting running back and their starting quarterback.
Yeah, they actually got Garoppolo to get benched.
Yeah. It's impressive. I mean, not really. It's Jimmy Garoppolo, but...
The Jets winning.
Adam Gase is not going to do it.
How many points?
He fired.
6 points. I have them higher than the Patriots team.
Jeez.
With no Le'Veon Bell, with a terrible coach in Adam Gase.
That's more of an upset.
I'm playing the long game, Blake. I think they might. Either way, I'm not watching the game. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch that game. All
The
right.
game
You're playing to
of-
try to.
We're gonna skip over the Packers Bucks. We talked about that in long.
Well, no, we got to go over what points we have them at.
Oh yeah, what points do you guys have that game at?
I have them at.
Are you in the Packers?
I've put the Packers at my highest points every single game this season, and I will continue to do that every single game this season, even if
That's
they
actually
lose.
like a shout. Because if the Packers go 13-3, that's only 3 games that you
Where
have
my
lost
top seed
all your-
doesn't.
Exactly. And like I already lost like twice my top picks.
Right.
So you-
Okay, yeah, I have the Packers at my 10.
I have the
I
Packers at my
Packers
14.
12.
Yeah.
Packers at my
Okay,
12.
L.A. Rams versus the Niners.
Rams.
So
Rams.
I took the Rams as well. Here's my argument why I'm scared about that and why I put them at 4.
I have them at my 14.
Never
Oh.
take a. I think I heard, who did I hear say this? It might have been McAfee. It might have been Tom Grassi. It was somebody. They said, never take a good coach after losing in a blowout to a bad team. Never pick against him. It's something along those lines. Kyle Shanahan wants revenge. This is a must-win for the Niners. Otherwise, they're fighting an uphill battle for the rest of the season just to make a wild
And
card spot.
The toughest league or in the toughest division.
In the toughest
league,
division.
too.
They need this win. So that's why I put them lower, but the Rams are a better team right now for sure, I think. But the Niners, they could win. I'm just saying they could win very very
Well,
easily.
I picked the Rams. I put them at 13. The reason why I'm confident on them is for the fact that Goff is looking good again. The running backs are doing
Their
well.
defense is fucking insane.
Defense
the
is
defense
good.
is doing great, and the receiving core is decent with Robert Woods, Cooper
Like,
Kupp.
I would like to argue. I'd like to argue your little comment on saying they are playing in the best division in the league.
He's gonna say
I
the
would
North, the AFC North.
No, the AFC North. He's gonna say.
Yeah.
I will.
Steel.
I will
That's
say the AFC
that's a
North.
shout. Steelers.
They have four
Steelers,
and they have three
Browns, and
four-win
Ravens.
teams. The Bengals are the weak link there, and the Niners are the weak link. Holy shit!
Okay.
Look it up.
I want to go. Let's move on from that, but I want to go back to it right after we finish these pick'ems. I want to go over.
Chiefs versus Bills.
I have them in my 3. I took the Chiefs just because the Bills came off a loss. I think they'll be hungry for a win, and but it's the Chiefs,
Bills
so.
I took the Bills at 12.
Dude,
took-
Jesus! Oh my God!
Now we know why you're.
No, it's the first time I've gone against the grain for most of my picks.
I put the Chiefs at 7. I'll be in the middle. I can see the Bills winning. If it comes to shootout, the Bills could win.
Oh,
I can see.
go
I
Connor real
don't
quick.
know. I have a lot of confidence in Josh Allen.
Fair.
Well, the thing is, the Bills' defense is actually good. So if it is a shootout, the Bills could, win just for the
Yeah.
fact that their defense is better.
I just
I don't
remembered.
think Le'Veon Bell will make a huge impact right away. I think it'll take him 2 weeks to
He can't play this week.
turn up.
He can't play this week.
Oh yeah, because travel. Never mind.
But I just remembered it was Colin Cowherd who said the quarterback thing. Also, Colin Cowherd said that he hasn't bet against the Chiefs yet, and that's kind of how I am. I am not betting against the Chiefs.
Yeah. You can't
just
bet against the
'cause-
Chiefs yet.
I'm not.
I understand why you are, Conrad.
But
Obviously, because I am at 3. Because it's a toss up for me. Like I think the Bills could take
Yeah.
it, but I'm just not betting against the Chiefs right now until they prove me wrong.
Okay. Monday night, Cardinals versus the Cowboys.
Wait, Chiefs Rams is the Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
That might be Sunday night of the season. I don't know the rest of the schedule,
Oh no!
but
I was wrong. It is Monday afternoon. The Chiefs play.
oh,
4 p.m.
that's weird. Okay. Anyway, wait. So who's Sunday
the game
night?
was supposed to be the third. Sunday night is the Rams.
Oh yeah, because the Bills
only
were supposed to play
reason the Chiefs-
Thursday, but they played Tuesday, so they couldn't
Okay.
play Thursday.
Monday night game. Cowboys versus Arizona. I have Arizona winning 38-35.
Okay, so this
I do
is
not think defense will be present in this game to any extent.
yeah.
I have the Cards winning 11 points,
What's your prediction for the score?
37-24.
Jeez. Okay, so
A
this
big
is
margin there.
for everyone wondering. For the last game of the
Everyone in
week,
that game.
you pick the just for like a tiebreaker. So if you all pick the same amount of teams, to like, let's say everyone picked 14 out of 14, this would be the tiebreaker right here. You pick how many points you think the winning team is going to... Or you pick the score of the game. I took the Cardinals and Cowboys I took Cardinals... I put them at my 1 spot, because I think either team could win this game.
Yeah, I have them at my 2.
I took Cardinals 33-30. I think it's going to be a close game. I think one of the teams is going to...
I'm the only one really confident on the Cards.
Blake's very confident. I need...
Well, no, I'm confident they're going to win. I think the scoreboard won't say how dominant the Cardinals will win this game.
But you think they're going to win dominantly? Like, yards,
win dominantly,
time?
Yards, time of possession. I think Kyler Murray will have 1 or 2 slip-ups in the game that let the Cowboys stay in it.
It's hard.
I don't think
Kyler Murray is?
What?
Did you say he's hurt?
No, I was going to say it's hard to...
Oh, I thought you said
make a lot of slip-ups against the Cowboys, so I can agree with that.
I was about to say, the Cowboys defense, I don't think he's going to make a slip-up.
I think he'll throw one ball that's just iffy, and I think he'll just be picked off.
Maybe a pick or a fumble, something like that.
No, but okay, I want to touch on this as I'm looking at like the standings and shit of every team. The Bills, me and Jamie were looking at this last night. The Bills are the only winning team to have a negative point differential.
You liked a little bit.
Scored less points than they've allowed.
Because they just got blown out by the Titans.
Yes, but they are the only team besides the Raiders to have that. The Raiders have a winning. They've allowed 1 less point, but they're the only positive team to have a negative that way.
Okay.
I just felt like bringing that up because it was something interesting that I saw last night.
So yeah.
And similar with the Niners. The Niners have actually scored more than they had scored against them, but they are negative. There was one other one. The Cowboys, giving up 180 points. Or the Ravens not allowing even 80 points scored on them this season yet.
Yeah.
In total.
Back to the Cardinals real quick. I just want to say I have Kenyon Drake in one of my leagues, and for anyone who plays fantasy and has Kenyon Drake, rest in peace your fantasy team, because he has been sucking so bad this season, but he picked it up last game, had a touchdown, and I hope he goes off this week. So hopefully the Cardinals destroy the Cowboys, but
I hope Chase Edmonds goes off this week, because I put him in, and I'm playing against Caleb, so any takeaway from Kenyon Drake that can happen, that'll be great. I want all the touches to go to Chase Edmonds. And plus, Chase Edmonds is coming out as the receiving back right now. In a PPR league, that's going to be great. So.
All right.
Yeah, so back to the point that Caleb wanted to get back to, the AFC North being the best division in the league.
Yep, versus the NFC West.
NFC West.
Okay, I think the easy way to go about this is you take the one team, the 2 top teams versus the 2 top, or versus the 2 top teams versus the two seed teams, whatever. Yeah. We just put them against each other and see who wins. Maybe they come out 2-2, maybe they come out 3-1.
Seahawks versus the Steelers. You take the Seahawks. I would.
I'm taking the Seahawks. Yeah.
Steelers, you're saying, are better than the Ravens?
I'm going off the standings right now.
Yeah, it's off the standings.
Okay. I'll take the Seahawks.
It doesn't matter.
I would also take the Steelers over the Ravens. The Steelers are undefeated and they've looked more dominant.
But they play
Ravens
bad teams.
Have beat up 2 terrible teams.
True. And they did lose to the Chiefs pretty badly. But
and they beat up on the Browns.
They beat up on the Browns pretty bad.
They beat up on the Browns terribly. Bad. That was before, I feel, the Browns got
rolling.
Yeah.
Who was the second team they beat?
Dismantled the Bengals for only 3 points this week.
Who was the second team that the
Bengals?
That was week 2 for the Ravens? I thought they just played.
No, that was week 5. That was their last game.
What was week 2 for the Ravens?
I'll pull it up. Texans, a very terrible team.
Yeah.
And then they lost to the Chiefs, beat the Washington football team, and then beat the Bengals. They beat 2 terrible teams.
But do you think the Ravens just weren't ready for the Chiefs because they've been playing some not so great teams? Like they played.
No, because last year they played the Chiefs as well.
Yeah.
Last year they didn't get blown out either.
But they lost.
Yeah,
True.
they lost, but it was a
I will
closer
agree.
game.
Their
Lamar
team-
brought it back at the end.
I will agree their team isn't as good as they were last year. Their offense, at least. Their defense is probably better, but their
But
offense,
it's because people have figured out how Lamar plays.
yeah.
They weren't ready for Lamar last year. But okay, so Steelers versus the Seahawks.
I'd take
I think we
Seahawks.
can all agree the Seahawks.
I'm taking the
will beat that.
Seahawks too.
Well,
You
let's
take the
quick say
Rams-
why. I think
Rams,
the Seahawks have top 3 offense in the league for sure. I think, but they have one of the worst defenses, whereas
Oh yeah,
the Steelers have a mediocre
one of the best
offense
defenses. Yes, and a very okay offense.
and a
I
very
wouldn't call it
good
mediocre,
defense.
No,
but-
I'd call it average.
What would you say?
I'd say it's an average.
Well, yeah, average, mediocre, in the middle.
Yeah, average is mediocre. I said they're above average a little bit.
No, I don't. I think they last
Big
week
Ben,
they beat
Juju.
a terrible
James
team.
Conner's
They
average.
beat a terrible team last week, and that was the only reason Chase Claypool looked like a stud.
All right, and they didn't expect that rookie to just come out and score every play.
Fort, yeah. So, Seahawks, I take their offense, but I take the Steelers' defense.
But I'd still
It
take
would be-
Seahawks to win the game.
Yes, Seahawks would still win the game. Okay, Rams versus the Ravens.
Ooh, that would be a nice game.
That's gonna be a great.
That would be a great game, but I think.
But
I
you
don't
gotta
think
remember,
the Rams. I don't think the Rams offense compares to the Ravens defense. I
Well,
think
for
the
both of
Ravens
these
defense would
teams-
absolutely smoke them.
for both of these teams, you gotta remember they both beat up on bad teams. Like the Rams,
Yeah,
3 out of
no,
their
but
4
I think-
wins are against the NFC East.
Yes,
So
no, I get that. No, I'm just saying. I just think the Rams.
all their wins are from the NFC East.
Are they?
Yeah, they swept the NFC East. They beat the Cowboys. They beat the
Yeah.
football team.
Interesting.
They beat the Eagles, and then
Mhm.
they also beat the
Yeah.
Giants.
I think the only reason it would even be a close game is for the fact that if the Rams could stop Lamar from running the ball and would force him to throw, he's not a bad quarterback when it comes to throwing the ball, but I wouldn't rely on it.
I just feel with the Rams defense and their offense, I think that they could legitimately beat the Ravens.
Yeah.
I think if you play that game 10 times, the Ravens win 6.
Wait.
I just
So
feel like
Blake, you're taking the Rams, and Connor's taking the
I'm taking-
Ravens.
I'm taking the Rams for the fact they have a good defense with an above average offense, and the Ravens, they're the same way. I just feel
No,
like
I would say they have. Well, yeah, you're saying they have a very good defense, an above-average defense, and an above-average
good offense.
offense.
a great offense, honestly.
I think the Ravens. I like their defense more, and I like their offense more. Their defense is overall as a unit. I feel they are better, and I feel their defense is. I mean, their offense is overall better.
Okay.
So I would take the Ravens in that game.
I think it's a toss-up for me. I think we split it 50-50 on this.
So that one's up for debate.
That one's
But
a tie.
I think this is where it goes in the AFC North. Browns versus the Cardinals.
I take the Browns.
Take the
Browns.
Cardinals.
No.
Actually, how?
How?
I'm not sold on the Browns. If they win this week, I will be. But
But
just as
if
of
we're
right
saying
now,
so far this season,
I'm
the
taking.
only game they haven't looked good in is their starter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that it's so okay. The first game of that is
But if you
either
look at the
showing that
if you look at the Cardinals, they lost to the Lions,
Yeah.
but
and
if
they
you
lost
look
to
at
the
the
Panthers.
Panthers are decent, and if you look at the Lions could be like 2-2.
They need wins right now. If Matt Patricia wants to stay, he needs wins.
Yeah,
So
I think they're riding the coat. I think the Cardinals, their few wins were on. Their 2 wins that I can give them are against the football team and the Cardinals. I mean, the 49ers. It was a very good win. The Jets, they got an easy win. They played the fucking Jets.
Yeah.
But their 2 losses, I feel, with how bad Kyler Murray did in showing, or not how bad, but how he didn't look his MVP form. Mind you, his stats might say that, but he only threw, in a win, in a loss, he threw for 133 yards. It says 3 touchdowns, but how much do those really count? Obviously, he didn't have any huge plays. If you have 24 completions for 133 yards, but he did run the ball 78 yards. So he's good, but I feel the Browns would be able to shut them down.
Yeah.
Not shut them down. Neither of their defenses are super good. But
Browns
the
is
Browns
pretty good.
The Browns offense is way better.
Yeah. I like the Browns O-line better. I like their wide receivers. Yeah. I like their running backs. I like their quarterbacks up for debate. I mean, if you were to take Kyler Murray the whole season, I'd take Kyler Murray, but
I think the only thing is the quarterbacks. You can rely on Kyler Murray to win you a game. You cannot do the same with Baker. That's the one position offensively, unless you're going 1-by-1 with the wide receivers, because they have a top 2 wide receiver in the league in DeAndre Hopkins. But that, I think, is one of their only high points is Kyler Murray and Hop.
So yeah, I'm taking the Browns offense. And I think both of them have solid defenses. Like Patrick Peterson and Chandler Jones for the Cardinals are good. I think the Browns with Myles Garrett. I can't think of anyone else. I don't know. I'm just blanking on their defense, but I know they have a solid defense. I think I'd take the Browns defense a little bit over, at least a little bit over the Cardinals defense. I take their offense over their defense, so I'm taking the Browns. I take them 7 out of 10 times.
Fair.
7 or 8 out of 10
that's
times.
Fair. That's very fair.
Now, here's where it gets, I feel, where it goes sideways. The Bengals versus the 49ers.
Niners.
I think the Niners, but if you give... I don't know, because Joe Burrow looks phenomenal.
Except for last game.
Yeah, he's been looking great.
Joe Mixon. The only thing is, they would get... I'm taking the Niners, obviously, but it's purely for the Bengals' offensive line, how bad it is.
Trash O-line and trash defense. They have really good wide receivers, surprisingly. Except for A.J. Green wants to get out of there. But
if you're just looking at when the Bengals on the field, they're getting manhandled.
Yeah.
You have one of the best pass rushes in the league versus one of the worst O-lines in the league. He got sacked, 7 or 8 times last game?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
And that was against top 5 defense.
Mm-hmm.
Which, when healthy, the 49ers would be up there. So I guess if you take it 1-by-1, who's a better division, we can say the NFC West. But I think if you get rid of...
Oh.
You take the AFC North.
You lagged out. Repeat that.
Okay, what I said was... basically, if you take the Bengals and put any average team in there instead, you would have a better division.
So you think the Bengals are the team that loses it?
Weak point. I think the Bengals are the team that loses them that. The only reason that they're a worse team.
Fair.
Otherwise, I can see why you're saying the NFC West.
But we're saying, I think it's unanimous that they're the top 2 divisions in the league, nonetheless.
No division even close, but the worst 2 divisions.
East, NFC East.
It's just the NFC East.
Probably the AFC South. Besides the Colts.
Titans.
No.
Oh, they have Titans.
Yeah,
they have the Titans.
Yeah, but no, that would be the second worst.
Would it be?
Let's see. You could say AFC East.
No.
Yeah,
Patriots and Bills.
No, not the East. I wouldn't say the East. What about the AFC West? Besides the Chiefs? Raiders are decent.
You have the Raiders, who are a playoff contender.
And the the Chargers are
the Broncos,
not bad.
The Broncos, if they're all healthy, they're a playoff
The Chargers, played their games just a little different. The thing with the Chargers, they could either be 0-5 We're like
Go take a look at
4-1
myself,
right
yeah.
now.
Okay. So NFC North, I'd say they're not as good as the NFC North as a whole isn't as good as it was last year, just because the Vikings are sucking so bad. But honestly, though, they're kind of switching places with the Bears, though. So maybe they are up there. But I still wouldn't put them. Like last year, we were a contender for one of the top divisions in the league. I wouldn't say that anymore.
No, last year I still say the NFC West. So.
Well, no, I'd say the NFC West last year as well, but we were contending for one of those top spots for division-wise. Anyway, I don't think the NFC North is one of the bottom two.
No, we were last year. We were one of few divisions to have 3 over 500 teams.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying we were contenders for good.
Yeah, I think we were
one of the best divisions.
Uh,
Especially early on in the year, like early in the year when our whole division was doing really good.
No, we were one of 2 divisions. Oh no, the Bears were 8-8. We were one of 2 divisions to have 3 teams at least at 500. The second closest would be the AFC South from last year. The Jets actually went 7-9 last year, believe it or not.
Really?
At the end of the year, they picked it up.
Jeez, I didn't even remember that.
No, they still, got outscored by 80 points in the end of the season, but that's beside the point.
So then, what's left? The NFC.
Well, the NFC East, obviously.
South?
They barely scraped by. The NFC South, the Saints were 13-9. Falcons were 7-9.
We're talking about this year.
13-3.
We're talking about the 2 worst leagues or 2 worst divisions this year. 2 worst.
Yeah, probably NFC South.
Yeah. Really, the Saints, the Buccaneers, the.
Oh, I know. No.
Their only weak spot is the
I think
Falcons.
AFC South. The AFC South. If you legit replace Phil Rivers with anyone else, the Colts are a good team. But with Phil Rivers at quarterback, they are not a contender.
The Titans are their only saving grace.
Yes.
But I think
the Colts have a top 10 defense.
For sure, top 10.
If not top 5.
Yeah. But they played some bummy teams. I think it's unanimous, though, that the worst division is the East.
It's the NFC
East.
For sure, for sure.
When your division has less wins than the Seahawks in an entire season through 5 weeks, you have to just feel shitty about yourself.
It's pretty bad.
When you have
now that the Cowboys are exposed with their defense.
But if you actually look at it, they should only have 3 wins. They should not have won that last game. The Cowboys shouldn't have. Dak's heroics at the end to bring them back, and then obviously he broke his foot, his ankle.
They also shouldn't have beat the Falcons.
No, they should. The Cowboys shouldn't have a win this season.
Yeah, agreed. But props to them for getting them.
Against the Seahawks, it was close. Against the Browns, they shouldn't have even. They just looked terrible. They beat a shitty Giants team. That's it. And the shitty. The 2 teams that they beat had a combined record of 0-10.
True.
So that's just something to look at. I don't think the Cowboys should have a win this season.
And if you take out the non-conference wins that they have, and the non-conference losses, you have the Eagles beating the football team, and the Cowboys beating the Giants. That's 2 of the ones.
You have the Eagles losing to the football team.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Football team beating the Eagles.
Yeah. Their division is completely just terrible. But our division, when you were saying last year, the Bears were 8-8. The Lions are still the worst team in our division, without a doubt.
Yeah. Vikings make a case for it, though.
No, the Vikings, they've lost close games. That's it.
Except for the Packers.
Yeah.
Shout out.
So, before I leave, I want to go through my top 10 teams.
Ooh,
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's do our
This is
power
our
rankings going
finale
into,
of the first episode
So
of the Primetime show. Primetime pod.
my number. So are we all gonna do
Primetime
like
cast.
number 10, then number 9, or should
Sure.
I just go through my list?
I didn't think of
yeah,
it, but
we'll go.
I'll wing it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wing it real quick. We'll go
Alright,
10 to
well,
10 to 1.
Blake's best. So number 10, the Patriots. I just feel like Belichick. You can't take.
I think we
him
just
off
let
the
him
top
explain
10.
it, Conrad. We just let him explain it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just with Belichick, Cam back, I feel like they're a top 10 team.
Continue.
We're going 10 to 1 each of us.
Number 9.
I was gonna go 1 to
Number
10,
9?
but
Yeah, number 9, I have the Bears. Great defense. Offense is questionable, but they're gonna get better as the season continues.
Fuck no.
Number 8, the
The worst.
Rams.
The worst 4-1 team of all time.
I think the Rams are just a good team overall. They're a nice, solid team. Yeah. Number 7, Bills. They got blown out by the Titans, but I still think they're a good team. I still think that they can hold their own. Number 6, Titans. Derrick Henry. All you gotta say. Number 5, Steelers. Defense wins championships. Number 4, the Ravens. I still think that they can hold down the AFC North. Number 3, the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes. That loss was a fluke in my opinion. They're not slipping up again. Number 2,
new.
the Seattle
Hard
Seahawks
no.
offense is amazing. Defense is not.
I think we can all agree that
That's
the only
why
team in the league right now is the Green Bay
Number
Packers.
1 is the Cleveland Browns. I mean the Green Bay Packers.
Ooh,
No,
the New York
let me,
Jets.
Let me go over my top 10 real quick.
Fair.
Notice how
So-
the Cleveland Browns are not in there.
Yeah, but the Bears are. Let me go over my top 10. So, at number 10, let me check. Let me go over this real quick so I don't fuck it up. At number 10, I do indeed have the LA Rams. Obviously, great defense, pretty good offense. At the number 9 spot, you have the Cleveland Steamers, the Cleveland Browns. At the number 8 spot, I do indeed have. Fuck Steam. Where are they? What team did I have there? The Bills. The Bills are the eighth best team.
The Bills. Okay.
Yes. Number 7, I have the Titans. The Titans, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. Number 6, I don't think I calculated this right. Yeah, no, I didn't. Under all of those, I have the Raiders. So I'll bump all those up. The Raiders are 10. The Rams are 9.
Where's the Patriots?
The Patriots aren't in there. The Raiders at 10.
Raiders
Browns
over
at 9.
the Patriots?
Shut the fuck up. Let me see. I didn't question your list. So it goes Raiders, Rams, Browns, Bills at 6, Bills at 5, Titans at 6, Ravens at 5. Then I have the Steelers,
Ooh.
the Chiefs, the Seahawks, and the Green Bay Packers.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Caleb, what is your 10?
So, for my 10 teams in the NFL, I'm going to go 1 through 10 because I didn't make a list and I don't want to start at the bottom and then go to the top and then forget a team and have to switch it around. Number 1,
Yeah.
100%, undisputed, Green Bay Packers, without a doubt. Best offense in the league, very solid defense. Great, honestly, coach of the year, without a doubt, in my eyes, coach of the year. Matt LaFleur has gone 17-3 in the regular season since he's been a head coach.
Could be Vrabel too. Mike Vrabel for the Tennessee Titans.
Could also be Andy Reid. I mean, they've only lost one game. They could win out, and it could be Andy Reid. It could be anybody right now. It's early in the season, but
Could
I'm
be
just
the
saying,
Browns.
if you're taking
Coach.
from now from last season until now, I'm taking Matt LaFleur as the best coach so far. Contending with Andy Reid. But anyway, number 1, Green Bay Packers. Number 2, this is kind of scary, but I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Chiefs, it was a division game they lost. Those are always, could go either way pretty much. Unless you have a really, I mean, the Chiefs should have won that game, but, division games can go either way. They don't lost by, they didn't, yeah. But.
Oh, yeah, I keep reading that Google was wrong for the first 24 hours. Google had them losing by 16.
Yeah, they only lost by 8, which is still a lot. Patrick Mahomes has only lost by 7 or more points twice, ever. I'm pretty sure that's right. So Chiefs 2, number 3, it's got to be the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks would beat the Ravens, who are my number 4 spot. And Seahawks offense is amazing, defense is lackluster, but just the way they've been able to win games so far against good teams like the Patriots, even though they didn't have Cam.
They had Cam for that game.
They had Cam.
They had Cam?
They didn't have Cam.
Oh, yeah, it was the Chiefs game. Okay, fair. So, yeah, they won against an even better Patriots team then. Seahawks 3, Ravens 4. I like their defense. I like their offense, even though it's not clicking as well as last year. That's why they're 4, whereas last year they were 1 or 2. 5, I'm giving it to the Titans. I didn't like how they started the year because they seemed slow to me. They seemed really slow and sluggish, and they were winning games barely, especially against like the Broncos.
Or the Vikings.
Yeah. So anyway, Titans 4 or 5. I'm gonna put the Bills at 6, and then I think that's obvious. Great defense, although it hasn't been as good as they are supposed to be. And then popping offense with Josh Allen. 7, I like the Browns more than the Steelers, so I'm gonna go 7 Browns, 8. Right, I'm on 7. I think I'm on 7. Yeah. So 7 Browns, 8 Steelers. Who would be my 9 spot? Who would be my 9 spot? That is a tough one. Is it the Rams? Is it the Patriots? I don't think there's any other teams that I'm leaving out that shouldn't be in the top out of those two. I think it's going to be the Rams and the Patriots. Which way do they go? Sean McVay, very good offensive coach. Bill Belichick, very great coach, and even a really good defense coach. Like one of the best defensive coaches. Name it real quick before I forget.
The Jets.
Oh. Well, then I'm going to have to redo the whole list because they're at my number 1 spot. So, no, I think it's going to be... I think if they were to play against each other, the Patriots would take it. So I'd go Patriots 9, Rams 10.
Well, I think we all agree
that's it.
The top 5 is some variation of Ravens, or top 4 is some variation of Ravens, Seahawks, Chiefs, Packers.
They are the Super Bowl contenders right there.
Caleb has, mine and Blake's number 5 and 4 spot at number 8.
The Steelers, right?
I think, Caleb, Blake not having the Browns in his top 10.
Controversial.
I think the Bears are better. I don't think. I think the Browns.
I think the Bears have one of, if not, the most flukiest seasons going on right now.
Also, like I said, I think the Steelers and the Browns both have a very solid case to make the top 5, but it just depends who comes out of this game winning. If it's a close game, then maybe they'll both sneak up a couple spots. But if one team blows out the other team, I'm taking that team, putting it at least at my 6th spot. I just think the Steelers haven't played that great of teams. I honestly don't. I think they have potential, but they just got to prove themselves.
If the Steelers win in a blowout, I'm more convinced on the Steelers. If it's a close game, I'm still have questions.
Yeah.
Well,
all right.
If you're talking about
that's all I gotta say.
Teams, the Seahawks have only played one good team. Then, if we're talking about beating up on terrible teams, the only good team the Seahawks have played is the Patriots.
But that was a fully healthy Patriots team with Stephon Gilmore,
A top 10
I know.
team.
Cam Newton,
I know.
Bill
I'm
Belichick
saying
defense.
They beat one good team. They barely scraped by against the Cowboys. Wilson looked pretty bad against the Dolphins.
I mean, that's why. What did you put them at?
Oh, I put them at 2.
Right.
I'm just saying, if
I put mine at
making
3.
the case-
Put
if
them
we're
at 3.
making the case for the fact that they haven't played anyone, that is my case.
But I think they've proved themselves enough. I think Russell Wilson is scorching the earth. So
Yeah, me too.
the Steelers have played even worse teams though, and their team is more questionable. They're in there. They're somewhere in between 10 and 5 right now. So I just threw them near the middle. But I can't pick them over the Browns if I think the Browns are going to beat them. So
I have to go.
That's right.
all right.
I'll see you guys later.
So this is
Next
the
episode.
Deuces.
this is the end of the podcast or the show. Yeah, let us know what you think. Like the video, share with your friends, and yeah. See you guys in the next one. We'll be back soon. Be ready. We don't know when we'll do the next one. It'll at least be next Sunday for sure. We'll do one next Sunday. But yeah. Later, guys.
Yeah.